Good morning, guys. I'm here at Toyota of Charlotte County in Punta Gorda, Florida, checking out this 2022 Toyota 4Runner. Now, this is the TRD PRO, top of the line. We're going to check it out together. I'm going to take you on the tour of the exterior, interior, check inside, check underneath the hood. At the end of this video, I'm going to take you for a spin. So if you're with me, let's go. Well, guys, did you know that Toyota 4Runner has been actually around since 1984? That's when the first 4Runner was introduced. Now, this particular model was basically 2009 when Toyota redesigned 4Runner, 2015 when they actually added the TRD PRO to its lineup, and with very few changes, it's still around in basically the unchanged version of it. So today's question is it still one of the best SUVs, mid-size SUVs to get in today's market with all this competition going around? So let's check this out. Let's start right here. And one thing that's obvious, it's the color. It's called Lime Rush. And I gotta tell you, it looks better in person than on the pictures, and if you want to stand out from the crowd, definitely consider it. But like Kermit the Frog said, it's not easy being green. So let's take a look at the hood. The hood's got a nice hood scoop right here, and that you can see it's this matte black air inlet, helps with the cooling of the engine. Big grille. Now what I like, and this is different from other Toyotas, it does have this kind of old school Toyota lettering right here in this gunpowder metal. Right underneath here you can see the front view camera, so it can help you navigating all those trails, off-road trails. And then right here, this is plastic, but right underneath here there is a real skid plate that protects the engine, that does have the TRD PRO in red stamped right into it. Take a look at the lights. The lights are LED lights, fully LED lights, fully LED fog lights. Now this part right here around it, this is just a trim element. There is no functionality in it, so that's pretty cool. Now you can also see that it sits pretty high off the ground, 9.6 inches in the ground clearance of it. Let's pop the hood and let's see what powers up this TRD PRO. All right, the hood is popped. Let's take a look. Hydraulic struts, both sides. Nicely hold this hood up. Now there's a little bit of insulation, but I'm a little bit confused. You know, there is that hood scoop right here, but now that I look at this is just a design element, and I can see that because there's nowhere right here that you can see the inlet of it for cooling of this engine compartment. But anyways, it's a design element, looks pretty cool. Okay, nice sound insulation on here. And right here, here's what we have, guys. Well, this engine has been around since the early 2000s, and when I was preparing to film this vehicle, one of the articles that I read, it says that the 4Runner 2022 4Runner is an SUV from a Jurassic era, and that's how quick the technology moves. Toyota decided to stick with the same power plant for all these years. Okay, so what is it? 4.0 liter V6 engine, 270 horsepower, 278 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 5-speed automatic transmission. So I mean, you can see how far technology went. Right now most of the vehicles have 9 or 10-speed transmissions. That helps with the gas mileage, which on this vehicle, 16 in the city, 19 on the expressway, 17 combined. So not the greatest out here, but you know, they think that most of the people are going to take it off the beaten path, and this is certainly one of the vehicles that is going to perform well. But I'm not going to do it off-road, but I'm going to take you for a spin later in this video. Well, guys, you can certainly see the lime rush color here in the full spectrum when the sun is hitting it. So, you know, let me know in the comment section whether you like it or you don't, but it actually definitely will stand out in the crowd. So let's take a look at some of the characteristics of this TRD Pro. Now, when you see me talking about some of their cars, you know, I always say that, hey, a lot of manufacturers are using the matte black or gray cladding kind of to accentuate the roughness, the toughness of the vehicle to be an off-road. And they did quite the opposite. They actually have the cladding in the same color as the rest of the car, which, you know, makes it for a cleaner look. I still think it would be nicer when they actually have this black color right in here and right underneath here. You can also see the ground clearance in here, 9.6 inches, and that's from the lowest point in the vehicle. So that actually has a pretty good ground clearance. And if you look in the front and back, it does some pretty good departure and approach angles in here. As far as the wheels and tires, so these are standard wheels. You can see the TRD logo right inside the center cap right here, 17-inch wheels, 265 and 70. That's the size of the tires. Nice and grabby tires. Those are Nero Terra grabber tires, so those are pretty cool. And then you can see these are Fox Brendan suspension underneath here, and you can see there's still a lot of room in here, you know, if you are going over those bumps, so you're not gonna hit that top of it. It looks like it's raised a little bit, but the ground clearance is essentially the same as on the regular SR5 Toyota, so I'm not sure where that difference is. But, you know, other features of the TRD Pro, you can see the TRD Pro right on the side in here, and of course you can't miss this cargo basket in black that you can see right on top of here. There's no chrome anywhere on this vehicle, which makes it look very, very cool. And, you know, as far as the mirror, does it have the turn signals in the mirror? It doesn't, but it does have the blind spot assist. Top mirror cap is same color as the rest of the vehicle, and then the bottom of it black, as well as the black trim all over this vehicle. Let's move on to the back. Let's see what we have there. Guys, check it out. One thing I want to point out when we look at the back of it is this right here. You can see I can stick my hand in it, and that's because this window is lowered. That has been available for the 4Runners basically since the inception of this vehicle for a very, very long time. It also has been available on some of the Tundras. We've seen that on the Tundra that I just did not too long ago, and some of the Sequoias as well. Now, roof spoiler right here, gate spoiler, third brake light. As far as the lights, you know, Toyota does it for many vehicles. It's kind of a combination of incandescent and LED lights. So you can see that turn signals, it's the incandescent one. You can see the incandescent bulb right here. Now the backup light and the brake light, those are LED. So that's a very unusual, but, you know, I guess that's how Toyota likes to do that. Now you can also see that this badging right here on the TRD Pro is all blacked out. You can have two buttons right here. This is lock and unlock. So you can lock it and unlock the vehicle from here as well. And then at the bottom here, you can see this black skid plate right there, but this is just a plastic one. There's a spare tire right underneath here, and you can see there's a tow hook right here. This vehicle can tow up to 5,000 pounds. So again, not the best in its class. And it's also worth mentioning that this is one of the very few remaining vehicles that is body on frame. So you can have this, you have Jeep Wrangler and Ford Bronco, and that's pretty much it. All of the other vehicles either disappeared, like the off-roader, some of the Mitsubishis that were body on frames. The Nissan went to the unibody design, and this is still a body on frame design. So that's capable off-road for sure, but isn't gonna be a worse drive as far as the on the road. Okay, let's open this up, and the way you open it is manually. Toyota doesn't have a power lift gate on their top of the line vehicle, which is kind of surprising and disappointing if you ask me. And before I show you the rest of it, I'm going to show you a pretty cool feature that it actually has. It has this bed that comes out, and actually I can sit on here because it says it can hold up to 440 pounds or 200 kilograms. So I guess me and a smaller friend might actually fit on here. Well, that's if you like to tailgate, or maybe if you want to go camping, or like with this vehicle with this big cargo basket and stuff, a lot of people might go overlanding, so this actually might be used quite a lot. Well, come on in, I'll show you the rest of it. All right, let's check out. This is the tray table that I was sitting on right here. And you can see there's a little bit of a storage maybe underneath here if you want to put in something flat. Otherwise, you know, you move this lever right here and slide it closed, and then This is it. So you still have quite a bit of cargo room, and you know, this actually can be used also as the way of pulling out your luggage without actually reaching inside of this vehicle. So I just thought about that, but that's probably why they did it. All right, so you can see there's a JBL stereo right here. We have a cargo net, that's an accessory. You can also have a 400 watt 120 volt power outlet, household power outlet on here, and a 12 volt outlet. So if you're camping, that's also a very cool feature. Okay, Toyota first aid kit, and then right on the side here, I believe this is where you have your jack for the tire. Yep, right here. This is to lift up your vehicle. And as far as the seats, you have the 40-20-40, and you can either fold them like this or you can do them like 60-40 for maximum room inside of this vehicle. So this is it in the back. Let's move to the side. Because as far as the roominess, there was really no complaints. However, if I was a little bit taller, I might have a little bit of issue with the headroom. Now, I'm 6 feet tall. There's no issues here. 6'2" person would probably fit here quite comfortably as well. But anything beyond that, you might be bumping your head on the roof. Now, it does have what they call a theater seating, because I sit up higher than the driver, so I have a nicer view just in case, you know, we're going off-roading and exploring. I can see what's going on in front right here. As far as the rest of the interior, well, let me show you this. We're going to start right with the door in here, and you can see there is some soft wrapping right around this interior panels, which is nice and comfortable. It also has some of that contrast stitching. You can see the red stitching. You'll see that throughout the vehicle. And then you have this shiny trim right on the door handle. Pretty good size door handle. The opening for the windows is right on the top there, and a little bit of a storage right at the bottom of the door. So let's go inside of here. See, this vehicle is tall and doesn't really have this bump in the middle, which is really nice feature as far as the off-road vehicle. And then in the backs of the seats, you have those cargo nets, and right inside of here you have this vents for the climate control, and then you have your two USB ports right underneath here. You can also see this off-roady all-season mats right inside of here. The seats are covered in this Softex material, which is the leather-looking material, and the middle console opens up for the nice armrest slash cup holders in here. And if you have cups that are bigger than that, all you have to do is take these out, and those are going to fit nice and snug in there. We're going to get on the inside, but before we do that, I want to point you out to this sticker right here. It says that Toyota part contents Japan 100%, final assembly point Toyota Aichi Japan. So if you're looking for that exceptional high Japanese quality, this is the vehicle to look at, because it has been 100% made in Japan out of the Japanese parts. Now, it is equipped with a keyless entry system, smart entry system. So if I touch this, okay, I'm going to lock this vehicle. I can hear that locks going on. If I put my hand inside of it, it's going to unlock it. So this does have the sensor inside, and also this particular vehicle is also equipped with this keypad. Now you see those, I see those on Fords all the time, and these buttons right here, when I touch it, you can see they're kind of blank, they light up. I don't know the combination of it, so I don't know what to set it at, but you know, basically I hope you can see it. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10. That you can set it up as far as if you don't want to use the key, you can use that to access the vehicle. Now let's open the door. Well, let's close it. Pretty nice quality. I'd say it's 8 out of 10. And then let's see this door from the interior. Same kind of features like on the rear door, except you do have, of course, you have front and rear window controls. You have the lock and unlock. No memory seats. I don't see that. So that's another feature that a lot of the newer vehicles have. Does have the power seat on the driver's side. Not sure about the passenger. I'm going to go and check it out in minute here. And then as far as the features that typical to the TRD Pro exclusive, you can see the TRD that's embroidered right inside of the pen, the headrest right here. There's also a couple more that I'm going to show you on the interior. Well guys, getting inside this 2022 TRD Pro, I can see a little bit what this article said when they say that the 4Runner is a SUV from the Jurassic era. Now it still has this old school steering wheel with kind of a big buttons, bulky buttons on the side of it, and we're going to go through those buttons just in a little bit. But the same thing you can see right here. I believe those mirror control buttons has been around since the early 2000s. Okay, the dimmer for the lights, this is the auto high beams. Then you have the view as far as the front view camera. We're going to check that out, and this is to turn on that outlet in the back. So that's a features that you have on the left hand side. Now on the steering wheel itself, you have the volume and the tune search button, mode, hold and mute button, and then you have to pick up the phone or drop it off. And this buttons right here control what's going on right inside of here, and we're going to check that out in a little bit. Okay, so let's see what can we change in the instrument cluster. Instrument cluster, again, the old school instrument cluster. You have the tachometer on the left hand side, speedometer on the right hand side. You have the 2 gauges for the fuel and temperature on top. In the middle, that's the screen that you can customize somewhat. So let's see, let's go through some of those features and let's see what we have here. So you have the off-road steering angle, tire pressure, then you go move to the compass, radio, what's playing, lane keep assist, messages, and then settings. This is it. This is what you have in the middle here. So that doesn't have a lot of options on it. Okay, well, some people I know, they're gonna say, well, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Well, if you had that mentality, then you probably still have the flip phone from the 90s. There's a new technology that is reliable, that is available. Toyota has it. They showed us in their other vehicles, in the Highlanders, in the Venzas. They have the hybrid system, the newest technology, better screen quality, etc. So there's no excuse. They just, you know, opted to keep this more of a retro looking one, and I'm sure there's a market for it too. But let's take a look at the screen. Rather small, 8-inch screen right here. See those big buttons, home menu, audio map, does have the navigation system. Okay, as far as the menu, let's check it out. Destination, audio, phone, apps. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, so it doesn't have any Toyota apps, nothing downloaded. Go back to menu, projection. Okay, so it does have the USB connectivity as far as the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. That's pretty much it. Let's take a look at the front view camera on the left hand side of the steering wheel. Okay, there's a view. This goes towards the front. This is the front view camera. It is kind of obstructed by something. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Okay, but it's there. You can see if you're going over a boulder or something like this. You can also see on the side where are you as far as that. Quality leaves a lot to be desired, to be honest with you. It should be a much better quality camera. Now, what's nice about it too, it does have the trajectory lines. Okay, and then you can switch to the side view camera and then the rear view camera. That's if you put it in reverse. Let's see the rear view camera. Okay, again, small screen, quality of the camera, definitely would like to see that upgraded. All right, so you can have audio, map, seek, track, phone, apps, you know, different. Now this one has a navigation system, but if you didn't have it on any other model, Toyota lets you subscribe to the navigation system. Power, volume, tune, scroll. Let's move down here. Okay, pretty rugged knobs for the temperature control. You can set it in auto if you'd like to. It does have the dual zone climate control, separate for the passenger, separate for the driver. Okay, right here in the console, you have the heated seats, no ventilated seats. This is where you open or close that rear glass. And then you have this zigzag style gear shifter, TRD stamped right into the top of it. So 5-speed automatic transmission, keep that in mind. What does it say? Remove for larger cups. Okay, well, that's very innovative, but you can have a smaller cup and a larger cup. Okay, this is your 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, etc. So this is for your transfer case basically. And then you have a storage right here, maybe for your phone, and another cup holder right here. So then we're moving on. You have 2 USB ports and another USB. So this is rapid charge, smart USB. There's a storage for maybe your old flip phone right here too, and then a little bit more storage underneath here. Okay, you still have that clock that I've had on my 2005 Lexus. well, I guess they're getting their money worth of it. And then if you look at the top of this dashboard right here, actually a pretty decent design. You have a little breakdown here with this gunmetal trim. Then you have your glove box right over here. Okay, so when we look on top right here, you can see this is an off-road vehicle, so you have some typical for the off-road vehicle stuff right here. So you have the hill ascent control, like crawl control, so you can have the speeds, low, medium, and high, and then on the side here you can have different controls for the different multi-terrain select. So right now you can select four-wheel drive. You have to select four-wheel drive to get into this mode, but the modes that are available, okay, so you have, first one is mud, sand, and dirt, then the second one is loose rock, third one is mogul, and then heavy for the rock climbing. That's right on the left hand side. So actually it does have some terrain modes. You can have the rear differential lock, A-track, traction control off, then you have the home link. Again, this is the old style home link system, and then the lights on and off, slide and up and down for the sunroof features. And then of course the Toyota is spying on you, it tells you right there. And then you have the regular sunroof, okay, manual sunshade, and then the sunroof can be, we can slide that open. Actually opens up pretty nice, but it doesn't have any of the windscreens in here. So this is the interior of it. Well, let's take this for a spin. Okay, guys, I'm not sure if you're ready, but I'm ready to take this for a spin. Before we do that, as always, let's take a look at some trims that are available for this 2022 Toyota 4Runner. So Toyota 4Runner starts off with the base one's SR5 version, and that starts at $37,605. So TRD Sport, $40,450. Trail Special Edition, $39,575. SR5 Premium, $41,015. Limited, $47,190. TRD Off-Road, $41,435. TRD Off-Road Premium, $44,380. And the TRD Pro, which is this one right here at $52,420 base MSRP, plus some of the other options. This one sits at about $56 or so MSRP. Now guys, in today's day and age, I'm not sure what dealers are selling it for. So I know some people were asking, hey, what's your best price? I don't work for dealers, I don't sell them. There is a link in the description of this video. You can definitely give those guys a call and see what they're selling this particular one for. I don't have any control over it. I'm just telling you what this vehicle is equipped with. So you know, 52,000 starting MSRP, it's kind of steep, and that's why I'm being tougher on this vehicle, because let's face it, I love Toyota brand. I've had several Toyotas and Lexuses. They've been superior quality, great off-road, but honestly, my last Lexus was 2007, and actually this technology is probably about the same as was 15 years ago when I had my Lexus GX. So I mean, they're really behind as far as the technology, as far as the size of the screen. Now don't get me wrong, if you look at the new Tundra right now, after years and years of kind of being this outdated vehicle, it came out and I think they knocked it out of the park with a great vehicle, with a great technology. And so I'm hoping that maybe next year, maybe in 2 years, this Toyota 4Runner is going to get redesigned too. But so far, this is what we have. You know, overall, the feel of the vehicle is good. It's an outdated powertrain, so we're going to take this for a spin and see how it drives. Now, I've already showed you the rear view camera. They're going to put it in gear, and I don't have an off-road trail in here, but I'm going to do that turnaround right on this grass right here, okay? You can already see, like, you know, even if we get off the beaten path, that this vehicle likes this off-road. It actually feels more comfortable off than on the road. But let's see the turning radius on this 4Runner right here. Let me park it right here, turn this wheel all the way, and let's see. You know, it's about 4.5 parking spaces, which is not bad. Now this is with the rear wheel drive, but this is body on frame, and you can feel that, you know, especially when you're maneuvering, you can feel that body roll on this vehicle. You know, I'm doing that purposely. I'm sure camera is not going to show it to you, but this vehicle leans quite a bit both sides. And you know, the engine actually sounds pretty good, but now we're probably in gear 1 or 2, so we haven't really got up to speed. And then really quickly, I'm going to take it on the road to check out a little bit of the acceleration, maybe how it handles on the pavement. And boom, there's a few bumps. I know this vehicle likes it. You know, it's different when you go over a bump on something that has an off-road suspension and something that's a family SUV. Like even on my Pilot, this would be a lot rougher going on these bumps, speed bumps right here, than on this vehicle. This one, you can feel that the tires are big, that they're meaty tires, but also the suspension is very forgiving on those bumps. So there's a little gravel lot right here. I'm gonna turn it, and there's a bump coming up. Oh yeah. So this is what this was made for. Definitely very comfortable off-road. I like it. I do. You know, I do think that there's, you know, some improvements needed for the 4Runner. There's no question about it. It's been around for a long time. So the tech needs to be updated. Hopefully the engine, the transmission, 5-speed automatic transmission, nobody makes those anymore. We can have a shorter gears, better gas mileage, better acceleration, you know, although, you know, they might go with the CVT, then they're just gonna screw it all up. But visibility, I like on this truck. Now, I've driven the 4Runner. It's not the first time that I've driven the 4Runner. I haven't driven the TRD Pro. I gotta tell you, the lime green. it's not easy being green. We'll see how we're gonna merge into traffic. It's not bad. It's a different feel of the engine. Actually, I like the sound of this V6. It's a big V6. It's a 4-liter V6. Okay, 270 horsepower, which is less than on the Highlander, but you know, it's not bad. Gas mileage definitely could use some improvement. Right now, where a lot of the hybrid vehicles, a lot of even Toyota hybrid vehicles, they're pushing 30 on the SUVs. This one is, you know, at 16 or 16 in the city, 19 on the expressway, or 19 combined. That's not a lot. You know, towing capacity. It is a body-on-frame vehicle, only 5,000 pounds. You know, you can see Jeep Cherokees are going to 9,000 pounds or so. Big difference. So huge difference in that. So definitely lots of room for improvement. However, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad vehicle. Definitely worth checking out. Not bad, guys. Definitely don't cross it off your list if you are looking for an off-road vehicle. I mean, that's definitely going to be very capable, maybe as capable as the Bronco, as the Jeep Wrangler. They're body on frames. See that engine? It's actually pretty noisy on the inside, so something to get used to if you're doing a lot of driving. And this is with all of the windows and sunroof closed, so definitely projects a lot of engine noise inside the cabin. It's an okay vehicle. I wouldn't like rave about it and say that it's wonderful, but it's the legendary Toyota quality, dependability, and quality, especially for the vehicles that were built in this factory. There were the Land Cruisers, there were some Supras, then there's this 4Runner, definitely one of the highest quality factories in the world. Guys, if you like watching videos like this, first of all, thank you for watching this video. You know, if you made it that far, hit that subscribe button, give me the thumbs up, keep me pumped up, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.